Okay, now that you have your yarn in, and I just realized maybe I should not have taped this down right away. I just want to remind you that you should have the same amount of yarn on one side. Their same, I guess, length is what I'm looking for. And you're going to use this to braid your yarn. So I'm going to turn this towards me. I need something to help stabilize the yarn, so I'm taking some tape and I'm just taping down those other strands so that this stays kind of stable. I'm working with the side that's open first, just because it's easier and I haven't cut the other side yet. And I'm gonna break this up so that I have 3 sets of 2. So there's 2 strands, there's 2 strands, and there's 2 strands down the middle. So some of you know how to braid, so you're not even looking at this video, but others of you don't. So you're gonna take, basically how you braid is this. You're always taking the outside yarn and moving it to the inside. So if I were to take this outside and move it to the inside, I'm going to move this out. I'm taking this to the inside, this to the inside, this to the inside, and then I'm going to kind of pull it, this to the inside. I'm always moving the outer strand to the inside. And can you see how when I kind of pull those up, you can start to see that braid happen. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to zoom in a little bit more so you can see it a little bit better. So are you seeing the braid that's starting to happen? So this needs to go to the inside. 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 Now, if you're an experienced braider, you can pick this up and you can do this really fast. The only thing I'm going to suggest is it can get pretty tangled down at the bottom. So you want to kind of, every once in a while, you kind of want to pull one of those strands out to free it up. And so you're just going to keep weaving, or braiding, I should say. Keep braiding until you get to a point. Now you can see the braid in there. Think about when we talk about figures and we talk about where the arms are on our bodies. If you think about this shirt as being your waistline and your elbow comes down to your waist, and then you have your forearm and your hand comes down to mid-thigh. So as I bring this down, I'm thinking that's probably long enough because my hand or my top tips of my fingers are going to come down here. So I actually am going to take this and I am going to make a loop like I've done before. Make a loop. I'm going to bring this string through, and before I pull really tight, I'm going to make sure this is my wrist. This knot is your wrist. So I'm going to pull this to create my wrist. There's my wrist. And then I'm going to take my scissors and I'm going to cut right here. And these little tails become my hand. And you can see that my hand is now at mid-thigh. Once you're doing this, you're done this side, you can just untape the tape from the other strings that you have, turn it the other way, tape down this arm. You will now need to look at your other strings that you have here, okay, that are in a loop, and you're going to bring that up so that you're finding the middle. We may make sure we're cutting these all at the same length. Find the middle. I'm going to cut here, and then I'm going to set myself up, and I'm going to braid this side and knot for my wrist and my hand. When you do this, when you're ready to make your knot, take this out and make sure that your knot on this arm is approximately across from here. Now it may not be totally perfect, but try and get the knot here as close to the same length as you did for the first arm. Your next step is going to be embellishments, and I will create a different video for that, and we will be talking about that in class. Have fun braiding.